Any doubts from last class? What we have completed in the last class? Sunga. Sungas, then Kanva, Indo-Greeks, Sakas, Pahalwas. Then comes, after Pahalwas comes the Kushans. So the Kushans, same. They were same tribes living with Sakas. Sakas were there. So they are the also tribes from Central Asia. Tribes of Central Asia. They vacated the region, same region. The reason was same due to expansion of Great Wall of China by the Han Dynasty. So Central Asia, we have seen that Han Dynasty started to expand Great Wall of China. Great Wall of China was constructed in times of Ashoka. Now here they started expanding it. So the Han Dynasty ordered them also to vacate. So Kushans vacated. They were Shaivites. They belonged to the tribe name was Yuchi tribe. Yuchi tribe, they were Mongoloids. You know, country of Mongolia. So they were Mongoloids. Their leader was Kajula Ketphises. His name was Kajula Ketphises. He was the leader of Yuchi tribe, who is grandfather of King Kanishka. Kanishka we have seen in Buddhism, he declared Buddha to be God. So that King Kanishka, his grandfather is Kajula Ketphises. Their capital was Peshawar, earlier called as Purushapura. Purushapura, which is today in Pakistan, Peshawar. Language, Prakrit mixed with Mongolia language. They entered India via the Khyber Pass. So in Himalayas, the place where we can enter, the place between two mountains is called as pass. And the pass from which they entered, the name of that pass is Khyber Pass. Rulers, Kajula Cadphises. He was founder of Kushans in India. He fought a battle with Sakas and occupied Peshawar. So when he came, we have seen that Sakas came in different groups. So different groups of Sakas were ruling in India. So in Peshawar, Sakas were there. So he came and fought a battle, defeated them and occupied Peshawar. He issued gold coins with an image of Lord Shiva on it, with minting year mentioned on it. So we know the year when they had come. Kushan's coins were the purest coins, means which the gold metal which was used, it was the pure compared to Mahajanapadas and the Mauryan Empire. Kushan's coins were purest coins. Then comes next ruler, Vema Cadphises. Vema Cadphises was a son of Kajula Cadphises, and no clear evidence of his rule is there. So Vema Cadphises was son of Kajula Cadphises, but what he has done, his rule, we do not have any more information or source about that. Next comes Kanishka. He is son of Vema Cadphises, greatest and powerful Kushan king. So he has written the history, has been recorded. He had court historians to record the history. He has written some inscriptions. So from there we come to know that he was greatest and powerful king. He named the dynasty as Kushans. So it was not known as Kushan earlier when his father and grandfather were there. It was known as Cadphises or Yuchi tribe. Later he named the dynasty as Kushans or Kushanas. He had entire North India under his control. So he occupied all the kingdoms in North India. He adopted Buddhism by a monk called Kashyapa Mathanga. In 72 AD, we have seen this earlier. 72 AD, he convened the fourth Buddhist council at Kundalwana, Kashmir, and the presidents were Ashwagosha and Vasumitra. The quarrel occurred between them that they declared Buddha to be God, and they said that the other Mahayana was Buddha to be God. Hinayana was, they said Buddha not to be God, he should be a leader, as it is from past, from history. So presidents were there, Ashwagosha and Vasumitra. Buddha was declared God of trade. See here, God of trade. Buddha is God of trade, and the split occurred. We have seen Buddhism split into Mahayana, Hinayana Buddhism. Then what happened? In the same year, 72 AD, Jains also declared Mahavir as God in 72 AD. So two new religions were born. Understood? Now once you declare anyone as God and the people who are worshipping him, will form a new religion. Understood? Before this, before 72 AD, this was a doctrine. Jainism and Buddhism was a doctrine. It was a way of life. People were following them. Now they will worship this god, so it is a religion now. So 72 AD, two new religions came in India, which were Jainism and Buddhism. Kanishka sent Kashyapa Mathanga, the monk, to China to spread Buddhism. Kashyapa Mathanga was also Mahayana Buddhist. So China adopted Mahayana Buddhism. The Tibet area, Tibet is in China. So that entire area is Mahayana Buddhism area. Then next, Zhan King. He was the king of Han dynasty. Zhan King of Han dynasty and Kanishka of India signed a trade pact by which the Silk Route was established. This was approximately 6437 kilometers. It was approximately 6437 kilometers. Silk Route means the route or the way from which silk trade was started. So it connected two countries and one entire continent, China to India, India to Europe. So from China they had to come to India. From India there was a way to go to Europe for trading of silk. Other items were also traded, but majorly it was for silk. So we called it as Silk Route. In 78 AD, Kanishka defeated Sakas at Mathura and made Mathura as his second capital. Peshawar first capital, second capital Mathura, and established Mathura School of Art for sculpture making. What is this Mathura School of Art? We will study later in the schools of arts. He created a new era. So he is creating a new era. New era means what? He is altogether creating a new period or entirely changing the calendar so that people must start following this new era, the new period. So he created new era called as Saka era. Now Saka era is the name given to that era by Kanishka, but it was invented by Kanishka only. Saka era means it is not invented by any Saka's kingdom which we have seen. They have nothing to do with this. Kanishka invented Saka era and introduced the Saka calendar, which is a lunar calendar based on what is lunar? Moon. Earlier at the start of the history class we have seen that which the calendar which we follow, January to December, Gregorian calendar, it is based on solar movement of sun. This is based on movement of moon. So it is a lunar calendar. The months are Chaitra, Vaishak, Jyesht, Ashad, Shravan, Bhadra, Ashwin, Kartik, Agrayana, Paush, Magh, Falgun. So this is the Hindu calendar also we say. So these are the months, 12 months, same 12 months will be there. One note, Saka calendar was adopted as national calendar after independence. Dr. Ambedkar and Shri Jawaharlal Nehru declared Saka calendar as official calendar of India. So Parliament, they follow this calendar. It is national calendar of India, invented in India. Understood? Next. Now, India or Indian government has accepted 4 calendars. So 4 calendars are accepted means these 4 calendars we can use in India. First, the calendar which is followed in entire world, Gregorian calendar, January to December. All the travel, transport time, whatever is there, whatever transport you book, flights, trains, buses, etc., work on this calendar, Gregorian calendar. Invented by Pope Gregory 13. Pope Gregory 13. He invented this Gregorian calendar. Saka calendar invented by Kanishka. We have seen the months. Next, Vikram calendar invented by King Vikramaditya of Ujjain. Later we will see this in medieval India. Next, Hijra calendar invented by Umar ibn al-Khattab. So it belongs to Islam calendar. Any doubts? Clear? Okay. Next, Kanishka introduced a new theory called as Devakula theory. He said that whoever kings have died earlier, the person who is ruled under them, who was ruled under them, those have to worship them. So worship of dead kings. That means his father was a king, Vema Catphysis. So Kanishka will worship him because he was the king when his father was the king when he was a boy, small boy. So the people who were ruled under Vema Catphysis, so they have to worship them, the king. Understood? So he said that Devakula theory means worship of dead kings and took a title Devaputra. Kanishka had a royal physician, the famous Charaka, who wrote Charaka Samhita in Sanskrit. Heard of the name Charaka Samhita? The book on surgery, medical. So that is written by Charaka, and this Charaka was living in court of Kanishka. He was during the Kushan's period. That question we expect. Kanishka created an empire and died naturally. So he had entire North India, so it was very big, empire was there, and he died naturally. After him, many weak kings ruled and the kingdom became weak. We do not have more sources of that. Last king, we see that he was Vasudeva. He was last Kushan ruler who was killed by Shri Gupta in 320 AD. Shri Gupta was a merchant that time, doing trade. So Shri Gupta had killed Vasudeva. Any doubts? Yes? Anyone having any doubts? Clear? Any doubts in Kushans? No? Okay. Next, the kingdom of Kalinga, Chedi dynasty, the seventh. This kingdom we have seen was contemporary with all of them. When Sungas were there, Kalinga was there. Last, when Kushans are there, Kalinga is there. Kalinga will not expand. They are only there in their area, which is Orissa. Today we call it as Odisha. So only that area the Kalinga kingdom was there. Capital Dholi, Orissa. The kingdom is called Kalinga and the dynasty, the family who ruled, it is called Chedi dynasty. Capital Dholi, Orissa. The kingdom was strong when it was ruled by Mahapadmananda. No. One. Okay. Some mistake. Ananda Padmanabha. We have seen that Nanda dynasty we have studied. Nanda dynasty, who was the king? Mahapadmananda. Mahapadmananda had fought with Kalinga, remember? Who was the king? Ananda Padmanabha. So you are a mistake. Ananda Padmanabha was the king in when Mahapadmananda was ruling in Magadha, Nanda dynasty. So Ananda Padmanabha, the kingdom became very strong, and in 260 BC, Ashoka annexed the kingdom. So it went under the Mauryas. So it was a part of Mauryas. The kingdom became independent again with fall of Mauryas. So when Ashoka died, the greatest king died, other kingdoms who Ashoka had acquired, they declared independence. So Kalinga also became free. Chedi dynasty was founded by Meghavarman after death of Kunal, Mauryan king. After Ashoka, we have seen Kunal had come. So Kunal ruled. After Kunal, when Kunal died, the Chedi dynasty, which was there living in Orissa, they declared independence, and the founder was Meghavarman. The kingdom gained prominence under King Kharavela. So we do not have much evidence what Meghavarman did. But we know that later after him comes the King Kharavela. After him means there were king in between, kings were there. But kingdom was more prominent, more strong, more powerful when King Kharavela was ruling. How we know that? Because he has written an inscription. From that we understand, we have that source. Kharavela belonged to the Chedi family only. He was from Chedi dynasty. He has he has carved a rock cut inscription in Udaygiri hills. We had seen in Ashoka's architecture Udaygiri hill Vihara. Yes, Ashoka's architecture, it was in Orissa. So that Udaygiri hills, he has made an inscription, written something called as Hathigumfa inscription. The name of the cave is Hathigumpha and writing on the stone Hathigumpha inscription, also called as Elephant Cave inscriptions, consists of 17 lines written in Brahmi script. So 17 lines are written. What he has written, how was the rule, how he was ruling, how people were there, what he wanted, trade, about trade he has written that, and he's also written that he was a Jainism, he adopted Jainism, and about trade he has written that he practiced trade with the eastern world. Orissa is at the east of India, so entire eastern countries which were there, Thailand, Burma, Myanmar, all those countries, the trade was being practiced. He adopted and patronized Jainism. Patronize means he made Jainism a famous religion. He promoted Jainism. He constructed a great palace called Vijay Durga on banks of river Prachi in Orissa. He established prosperous trade network with East Asia, Eastern world, Indonesia, Malaysia, all the kingdoms which are east to the Asia. He had a title Kalingupati, Bhikshu Raja or Arhat. Three titles were there. He was succeeded by his son Kudepasiri, and later the history is unclear. So after him comes the king Kudepasiri. Later we do not have the history of Kalinga dynasty. It is unclear. Any doubts still here? Yes? Clear? Anyone having any doubts? Yes, there. Okay. Okay, any doubts in this entire 7 kingdoms which we have completed? First, the Sunga dynasty, Kanva dynasty, Indo-Greeks. Indo-Greeks were also called as? No. That is the name for Sakas. I have given a term Indo-Greeks are also called as, because that was a previous year question. Yavanika. Remember? Yavanika. It was a previous year question. Indo-Greeks are also called as Yavanika. Then we have studied about Sakas, also called as Scythians. Then Pahalwas. And then Kushans. After Kushans, the Chedi dynasty, it was contemporary to all of them. Means when Shunga was ruling, Kalinga was there. When Kushans is there, Kalinga is also there. Understood? Any doubts still here? Now, the next South Indian 4 kingdoms were there. We have written Satavahanas, Cholas, Cheras, Pandyas. But before going to Satavahanas, Cheras, Cholas, Pandyas, we have to see what was there in South India. South India we haven't touched. We have seen that only Paleolithic and Mesolithic was there in South India. After that we have seen only North India. Now we are moving to South India. South India, what was there in prehistory, that we will see. Then we will move forward. Then we will see what is Chera, Chola, Pandya, Satavahanas. Understood? So history of South India, this is our chapter 7, megaliths. It is prehistory. Prehistory period, Paleo, Meso, Neo, Chalco, prehistory period. There is no proto-history period in South India. Proto-history, Indus Valley civilization is only there in North India. Proto-history is not here. It is only prehistory, and we go to historic period. So megaliths 7000 BC to 1000 BC. See, this is megaliths. Megaliths means, mega means big, lith means stone. We have seen Paleolithic means what? Paleo means old, lithic means stone. So your megalithic means, mega means big, lithic means stone. So stone of a very big size, like it is a huge boulder we can say. Understood? So it is not a small stone or something. If a man stands, it will be of a man's height like that. Understood? Next, megaliths means what? Megalith is a funeral mound. So whoever dies, they bury and they construct or make these types, they arrange stones in this manner on their mound. It is called as a megalith. So it might be there to show some respect, to tell someone in the future that this person was a very great person, has done something. Understanding? That is megaliths. Megaliths were given to few men only. Men only, no women. No women were given megaliths, and everyone were not given. Only few means they might be some kings, they might be ministers, they might be scholars, they might be famous people, like that. Example I'll give you, Dr. Abdul Kalam was given a megalith. He has a megalith. A very great king who comes in medieval India, Raja Raja Chola, heard? So he has been given a megalith. Understood? So from that we understand that megaliths might have been given for a very great person who was famous. Now it was a rural culture. So the culture or the period they were giving megaliths to everyone. So we call it as a megalith period. So it was a rural culture. They practiced agriculture, cattle rearing, animal husbandry was practiced. By 1000 BC they started to know about and use about iron. Their contemporaries were, who were there? 7000 BC, Neolithic, Chalcolithic. When Paleolithic and Mesolithic was there, it was there in entire India. South India also had Paleolithic, Mesolithic. We have seen the movement of man was from south to north. Paleolithic, Mesolithic was there. So when Neolithic was there in Chalcolithic, in North India, in South India we had megaliths. Chalcolithics, when they were there, we had megaliths. Indus Valley civilization, we had megaliths here. Till 1000 BC, early Vedic period, 1600 to 1000 BC, we had megaliths here. In some megaliths, grave goods have been found, which signifies they believed in life after death. Means when the person is buried, he is buried with the things which he was using. Utensils, plates, vessels, spoons, his clothes. If any pet he had, dog or something like that, they have been buried, and that signifies or that tells us that these people were believing that there is a life after death, and the person who has died needs all these things or whatever they are buried with him to use in the life which is after death. They believed that. Extent of megaliths, Nagpur to Kanyakumari. Nagpur in Maharashtra to Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. Both the sides, east and west, it is coast. Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. It is coast. By 2500 BC, they started to speak Tamil. Here it is. They started to speak Tamil language by 2500 BC. So Tamil is one of the very oldest language. When Aryans come? 1600 BC? Yes or no? When Sanskrit language comes? 1600 BC? What is this? 2500 BC. BC decreases. 2500 BC is earlier. IBC period. So Tamil is a very oldest language. Understood? Now, there are 56 different types of megaliths. We see only the important ones. First, Virakkal. Virakkal, if you see the language, Vira means someone famous or powerful. Correct? And Kal means stone. So Virakkal might have been given to a dead hero or something like that. Example, Raja Raja Chola has Virakkal. APJ Abdul Kalam has Virakkal. What is full form of APJ Abdul Kalam? Yes, tell. See? What same? Don't know? Abul Fakir Jainul Abdin Abdul Kalam. This was once a question asked. Full name of Abdul Kalam. Okay, so he was also given he is the past president of India. So he was also given a Virakkal. See, this is the Virakkal. The person is died, head in the east, legs in the west. So that was the way, the position, and a vertical stone like this made to stand here. It is a huge stone, some 10-12 feet like that, huge stone. So this is a Virakkal. Next, Topical. Topical means a stone. See, a stone is like this, and another stone they have kept it above that. See here, we can see here, this is a topical. Understood? Next, Nadukal. Two stones like this and one horizontal stone on that. See here, it is there. See here. This is Nadukal. Next is Dolmenoid. Dolmenoid means they made this mound with help of a tree. On one side, the small stone is attached to a tree, one big stone inserted in the ground and a slanting stone kept on it. So this, the support which is giving this stone is called as obstostate. Obstostate. And this is dolmenoid megalith. The person is here. Next, vertical round stones have been kept, and in between the person is, he is buried. Understood? Round big stones have been kept. Cyst box burial. A big square type block of stone kept, and under this a cyst box, a box made of wood. Inside that the body of a person has been kept, and the body is kept in such a way that all the bones are dismantled and kept. See here, you can see the difference. I have not drawn it simply like for design. There is something behind it, logic. Cyst box, it was a small box to fit in, they have made like this. Understood? Next, cane circle burial. So here below this there are boxes, above it stones kept. So this 1, 2, 3 means 3 or 4 like this the megaliths or the people have been buried. So this we say that it might be a family or the men who belong to one family, like that. Horizontal stone burial, this is simple, a body and a horizontal stone like this. Rock cut cave burial. In a rock, the cave have been cut, and inside that it is not buried, the body is not buried. Perfect square caves with burial and grave goods. So inside this, the body has been kept, and this bigger stone they have placed like this so that no one can enter. This green box, it is a stone megalith. Next, urn burial. Urn burial were given to a dead child. So this is a pot. In this pot, the child will be kept like this in a crouched position. Crouch means the crawling position of child, you know? How they crawl? Crawling, you don't know crawling? Crawling like this, how they learn to walk. That is crawling. In that position, the body has been kept, crouched position. Understood? And a stone is attached like this so that the lid, like it should close the urn. Urn is a pot made of a mud pot, and it is been buried like this. Half of the stone above, half of the stone below. This LS means land surface. Next, sarcophagus burial. Sarcophagus burial, a stone again, a bigger stone kept, and below this there is a box made with legs to the box, stand like thing. It is a terracotta coffin and a lid. Here the body will be there. Sarcophagus, and here a big stone kept above that. So these are some of the important megaliths, and this was the entire megaliths period. So they were same like Neolithic. Agriculture, cattle rearing, animal husbandry, everything was practiced. Only difference was they were giving this megaliths to the dead people. Now we have this, the archaeological survey maintains these megaliths. See like this. They are there in some gardens, public places. So the archaeological ASI have maintained them. And some bigger personalities like Rajaraja Chola, Dr. Kalam, they have maintained in such a way that whenever people want, they can go and pray there. So they have like decorated the place and made the way easier to go. You have seen Mahatma Gandhiji's funeral, Rajghat. So like that they have maintained it. No, it is just they have made the box like thing. Megalith means the stone will be there like this. Okay, I have not seen Indira Gandhi's. Okay. But this was given in South India, not in North India. Okay. But this megalith is only in South India. Any doubts in this? Okay, next. Chapter 8, the Sangam age. The Sangam age, the period is from 1000 BC to 500 AD. This is called as the Sangam age. Yes, any doubts? Okay. Sangam age 1000 BC to 500 AD. Sangam period, it is history of Tamil literature. 2500 BC they started speaking Tamil. 1000 BC Tamil took a change. It turned into literature work. Many of the epics, many of the literature works were written. So it is a age called as Sangam age. Now we'll see what is this Sangam age. See here, the Sangam is being conducted. What is this Sangam we'll see in detail, but it is a organization where the people of all, everyone living in South India will be invited. No one, it is open for everyone, and whoever has written something, any great book, or they have written a work, literary work in Tamil, that work should be related to moral values, ethics, moral values and ethics, humankind, behavior, good person, everything like that, and that they can bring here. The scholars will be there as judges, and the scholars will see that work. If the work is passed, means if they think that yes, it is a very great work which is important for the society to develop or learn from it, it will be declared as the Sangam work. Once it is declared as Sangam work, it becomes very famous. It will be published and declared under the tag of Sangam literature. Understood? So that is Sangam work. This Sangam age is age of Tamil, which is the language. Age of Tamils, people, we call people as Tamils. Age of literature, script in Tamil. This is age of Tamil Aham. Tamil Aham means land of Tamils. Aham means land in Tamil. Tamil Aham. Tamil Aham consists of 3 kingdoms. 3 kingdoms were there. Cheras of Vanji or Karur. Cheras of Vanji or Karur. Their symbol was bow and arrow. Symbol or emblem or sign, anything. Cholas of Urayur. Symbol was tiger. This is capital. Vanji or Karur. Urayur. Pandyas of Madurai. Symbol was fish. 3 kingdoms were there in this Tamil Aham Sangam age. Next, Sangam. Sangam means it is a social gatherings where kings, poets, scholars, writers, bards. Bards means wandering teachers. Tirthankaras we call them in Rigveda. They are called as bards in English. Wandering teacher. They will be roaming here and there and teaching the people. Wandering teachers. Philosophers and gods participated here in this Sangam work or Sangam organization. They all assembled at the Pandya kingdom. So Pandya kingdom conducted all the Sangams. It was a scholarly meeting and the entry was open for all. Anyone who wants can participate in Sangam. They need to present their literary work related to moral and ethic values. If the scholars select the work, then it will be declared as Sangam work. It becomes very famous. Now whatever Sangam works have been there, they are very famous today also. All the Sangam were held under royal patronage of Pandyas. So all the Sangams, there are many Sangams conducted, all of them in Pandya kingdom only. Sangam consists today, it is consisting of 14,095 literary works in total. So those many books have been declared as Sangam literature or Sangam work. Any doubts? What is Sangam? Clear? Okay. Now, important, we study the first 3 Sangams. What was that? Where it was conducted? Who was the king? What work they have written? So first Sangam, place in Madurai. They call it as Then Madurai, means it is south part of Madurai in Tamil language. Then Madurai. Pandya king who conducted this Sangam, his name was Kaisina Valudi. Everyone able to see? Kaisina Valudi. Scholar who was the judge, his name was Agastya or Agastya. Literary work which they made at the end of this Sangam was called as Agasthyam. And they believe that God Shiva participated in this Sangam. Understood? So before every Sangam they invite the god and they believe that the god participated. Understood? Second Sangam, it was at a place called Kapadapuram, which is again part of Pandya kingdom in Tamil Nadu. The king was Kadungon and the scholar, the judge was Tholkapiyar, student of Agastya. And the work which was made or the work compiled together, it was called as Tholkapiyam at the end of the Sangam. And the god was Murugan, son of Shiva. Who is Murugan? What we call that? Kartikeya, son of Shiva. Third, again at Madurai, the king was Mudatirumaran, scholar was Nakirar, and the literary work written, this is one word, Tirumuru Gatruppade. Tirumuruga Truppade means Tiru means Shri, Muruga means Murugan, Atrupade means devotion. Tirumuruga, I have written the full word here, Tirumuruga Truppade. And the gods were Shiva and Murugan both. So these are the first three important Sangams. No need to study all, these important ones only we study. First, Agasthyam, it is a book about culture of Tamil. Also deals with political, social, religious lives of Tamil Aham. We get information from here. Tolkapiyam, the second book, it is grammar book of Tamil. So that time they had written a grammar book and also mentions rules for marriage. Monogamy marriage was preferred. Today also Tamils marry with the rituals or traditions written in Tolkapiyam. They say that they believe that it is the purest marriage conducted. Tolkapiyam. You see Tamils marry before the sun rises and at the sea coast. Yes, sea coast before the sun rises. So it is according to this book Tolkapiyam. Tirumuru Gatrupade, it is a story book of Murugan Kartikeya, the god of Tamils. So it is a story of Murugan Kartikeya, the god of Tamils. So the story is there like he was a leader of a clan living in the hill. So like that the story is there. Any doubts? Terms are important. So during the first Sangam, who was Pandya King Kaisina Valadi, Agastya, Agasthyam, then these names Kadungan, they are important. Next, entire Sangam literature we will study what is there in that. So Sangam literature are divided into two concepts. First, Agam means the work which is there or which is related to inner qualities of human. Inner qualities of human means which you cannot see physically. Example, love, emotion, anger. So they are there inside the human. We cannot see physically. Understood? If I see a person, I cannot measure how much love, anger he is having like that. Understood? So it is inner. Puram means outer qualities of human which we can see: personality, war quality, trade, business minded, etc. Sangam are divided as two types of works. Now these two concepts, then it is again divided into two types of works. First, Padinen Male Kanakkunul. Read. Padinen Male Kanakkunul means it is 18 major works. 18 major works dedicated to gods and kings. So these 18 major works consist of 10 songs called as Pattu Patu and 8 anthologies, poems, short poems called as Ettu Togai. Read. What is this? Here. Read. Padinen Male Kanakkanul. What is this? 10 songs, Pattu Patu, and 8 anthologies, Ettu Togai. Okay. Next, this is the first division. Second division is called as, read, Padinen Keel Kanakkanul. Padinen Keel Kanakkanul, 18 minor works. So important are, first, we see only important, Naladiyar. Naladiyar written by Saman Munivar. So it means 4 lines in 400 in total. Means this Saman Munivar has written short poems or short four-liners, what we call as quotes, quotes. So these are four-liners quotes. So this is one, two, like that 400 in total. Understood? Like that 400 in 1, 2, 3, 4. Understood? So they have written it. Next, Tirukural. Tirukural important. It was mentioned by Prime Minister Modi in one of his speech. Tirukural teaches us very great values, something he was saying that. So in India, whatever Prime Minister says, it becomes a line in government questions, government exam questions. So his speeches are very important. Prime Minister, because Prime Minister having a lot of power, most important position and lots of power given in his hands. So his every word which is he says publicly, it is important. The Tirukural written by Tiruvalluvar, it is called as Veda of Tamils and considered to be fifth Veda of India. Atharva Veda, we have four Vedas till Atharva Veda. After that, this Tirukural is considered as fifth Veda of India. It consists of ethics and moral values. Next, it is second book after Bible to be translated in all languages. So Bible was first translated in all the languages of world. Later, second book to be translated in all the languages of world was Tirukural. So important book. Next is Aptitude, written by Avvaiyar. It consists of 1089 poems related to ethics and morals. 1089 poems related to ethics and morals. Next, 5 major epics are there in this Sangam literature. First is called as Silapadigaram. Silapadigaram, written by Ilango Adigal. It is a story of anklet. Anyone knows this story? The heading of the story is like this. The burning Madurai, the heading of the story. Want to hear? Tomorrow. It is very big. It might take half an hour. Tomorrow, 15-20 minutes at least. Tomorrow, remember me to tell the story of Silapadigaram, story of anklet. In this, what had happened? Kannagi, there is a woman called as Kannagi. She will be a normal woman. Something happens in that story. After that, she is worshipped as goddess of chastity, purity. Chaste, Sanskrit, purity, and the people who follow this chastity or god, this goddess, are called as Patini cult. So new cult or new community developed after this story, after this epic. So how we have Mahabharata, Ramayana and epics in North India. These are the epics in South India. Understood? So this was the epic, or this is written in, the story is written after a truth which had happened. Understood? It was a true reality happened there. After that, the epic was written. So this is a Patinikal. Tomorrow, remember me at the start of class, we'll see what is this story. Next, Mani Meghalaya, written by Satanar. It is story of Mala. Kundalakesi, story of earrings. Valayapati, story about bangles. Shivaka Chintamani, story of waist belt. So, story, this is important because this had actually happened, Silapadigaram, and after this, the Patini cult developed. So there is, the goddess also was, the Kannagi was worshipped as goddess of chastity. After this Silapadigaram, many kingdoms also adopted this goddess of chastity as god of them to worship. Understood? Next, we'll see the kingdoms of Tamilaham. Chera, Chola, Pandya, 3 kingdoms were there. First, the Chera kingdom. Whatever sources we have, from that, whatever we get, we study only that. First, the Chera's capital is Vanji or Karur, 2 names for the capital. Their symbol was bow and arrow. The port which they used, which they had, was called as Muzuris port in Kerala. Sources from where we study this kingdom is Vanji copper plate inscriptions. So on a copper plate, they have written some things and they have stored it, maintained it. From that, we understood how the rule was there. So Vanji copper plate inscription, and Sangam literature. We have seen that Agasthyam or what was it? Agasthyam only. Agasthyam. Agasthyam is also talking about political, social, religious life of Tamilaham. In that, we get to know how the rule was there. Next, important kings, Udayan Cheran. He is the first known king, not the first king. First king who we know. Understood? Udayan Cheran. No clear evidence of his rule. We only know that in some North Indian records, we have found that he is known or he is famous to have been donated food to the Pandavas and Kauravas in Kurukshetra war. Understood? Udayan Cheran. Next, Nedun Cheran, no clear evidence. We only know that through North Indian records that he hoisted Chera flag at Himalayas and took a title Imaya Varman. Means Imaya means Himalaya and Varman means conqueror. So he conquered Himalayas like that. Next, Cheran Senguttuvan, third king. He was son of this or no, we do not know. Only the names. In between there might be kings. We have no evidence. Understood? Greatest and powerful Chera king. His brother was Ilango Adigal. What Ilango Adigal has written? Silapadigar. He took a title Adi Raja. He introduced Patini cult and in Karur. And he invited Ceylon king. Ceylon means Sri Lanka. Vijay Bahu to inaugurate this Patini cult in his kingdom. After him, many kings continued the rule. We come back to this kingdom in medieval India. Next, the Cholas, capital Orayur, Tamil Nadu. Emblem is tiger. Their sources is Orayur copper plate inscription plus Sangam literature. Two sources. Port, Kaveri Pattinam. Only one king is there in this ancient India. Later, medieval India, we come again to this. Raja Chola, Aditya Chola, everything will be there. Here, Karikala Chola. Karikala Chola, greatest and powerful Chola king of ancient history, known for his justice. Remember me tomorrow again, one more story of Karikala Chola's justice. I will tell this also. This will take time. Tomorrow I will tell you. He also had a title, Adiraj, same title. If you want to hear the story, then remember. Then remind me. He constructed a stone. Yes, what? Don't want? Don't want? This group don't want. Okay. So he constructed a stone dam. Stone dam called as Kallanai Dam on banks of river Kaveri. Kallanai was the first dam in India. When we were studying Chandragupta Maurya, we have seen that Chandragupta Maurya built the Sudarshan Dam on Sudarshan River in Gujarat. It was the first dam in North India. But this Kallanai Dam, it is the first dam in India. In India, entire India, not in South India. So Sudarshan Dam comes later, Chandragupta Maurya comes later. Understood? This Karikala Chola had built Kallanai Dam earlier on river Kaveri. This dam is still working, Kallanai Dam. Next, the Pandyas, capital Madurai, their emblem is fish. Sources Madurai copper plate inscription in Sangam literature. Port, Korkai in Tamil Nadu. Pandyas were known for their naval supremacy. They had a navy. Ships for fighting, navy. All Sangams were conducted here. Important kings, we have Kaisi Navaludi, first Sangam. Kadungan, second Sangam. Mudatirumaran, third Sangam. And two more important kings which we know, Rani Mangammal, she was a queen. And Nedun Chelian. Nedun Chelian, he is, during his rule, Silapadigaram was there. Means all that happened during his rule, Silapadigaram. Any doubts? Clear? Yes? Sangam polity will start in tomorrow's class after the stories. Any doubts still here?
So we see more usage of symbols and emblems in science.
Sangam, education, literature. So whichever kingdom, for example, if a person is coming from Chola kingdom, he wants to publish his work in the Sangam. So the king used to give the stamp or the emblem to him that this must be the work which he has written, must be known that it is coming from Chola kingdom. So Chola, Chera, Pandya, three kingdom, people from anywhere, any one of this kingdom can come and publish their work in Sangam. So whoever's work gets selected, that kingdom and the person both get very famous because their work got selected in the Sangam. Understood? Yes. Any doubts? Clear? Having any doubts? Okay. Here? Clear? Okay. We'll continue in tomorrow's class.